Oh, this is perfect.
Good
Happy
afternoon. My name
days.
is Louis. Welcome back to the podcast. Today I'm joined by a very good friend of mine and very talented man. Please introduce yourself.
Oh God. Hey. Like most people seeing this will probably like know me as Nick Subriquet on Facebook, or Bard from the battle raps from the Rattle Baps. So one of those is fine. Hello, man. How you doing? Wait, you've got to tell me like which one am I on? Because I know you're on a
It's called
wrestling
the
podcast.
podcast.
I know you're on a general chat podcast. I know you do a football podcast. I know
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
you're, you're a busy dude.
This
But
is
uh,
this
but
is the
if you want me to
podcast.
talk about
It's what's called
cool,
the podcast. It's just me and friends talking like about their interests and hobbies and their talents mainly. I want to speak to talented people, like-minded people. I'm not gonna speak to people who are trying to make it in the music business, or if they are, like a level-headed rather than ego people. And that's why I've got certain select people on the show. I've got another big podcast coming. It's being released on Spotify. I don't know if you can see the backdrop behind me, the B&B podcast. It's time to check in, like a little talk show. But this is just my podcast. I've got the food show and the football show. But yeah, this is just general chit chat. But
that's good, man. Because if you want me to talk about football, it's gonna be a long 40 minutes.
no
The
worries.
only thing I know about football, is I support Grimsby Town, and that's only because of a story my mate told us. So he's from up northeast, and he didn't go to a great school. And the way they'd start on you is they'd grab you and go, "Who do you support then?" And if you said Newcastle, they support Sunderland, and you got to kick in. And if you said Sunderland, they supported Newcastle suddenly, and you got to kick him. So he got wise to it one day, and they grabbed him and went, "Who do you support then?" And he goes, "I'm Grimsby Town, mate." And they didn't have a clue how to process that, so they just sort of put him down and dusted him off and said, "All right, how you doing?" Oh yeah. So, since the day you told me that story, I've decided I support Grimsby Town, but that's the limit of my football knowledge.
Yeah, don't worry. I won't ask you any football questions. I'm all footballed out today. Top Bins returned today. We did a 3-hour live session. It was long, but it was good to be back. But I want to speak to you about your talents and your life mainly. So I know you through the medium of battle rap. We've met many times, different venues and different leagues or whatever. But we'll start from the beginning. How did you get into battle rap?
Like, so I think it like fan becomes battler is how it is for like 99% of people. We always just used to do it sort of 2004 2005 at just like high school, like after show parties, after gigs, or because like, hey, if you've seen me battle ever, like it will not come as a big surprise to you that I did a lot of like stage acting and like drama like growing up, like since I was 4 till I was about sort of mid-20s or whatnot, and that obviously informed the whole like the grand dramatic Thor versus battle style.
Me and James used to call you heel Bard when you were on an away gigs, away from Ronald's. It was like a different guy came out, like the caricature version of yourself, if you will.
That, I mean, I think I did it on Ronald's as well, but just everyone was just naturally so aggy on King of the Ronalds that, like, by comparison, I was actually pretty reasonable. Like Blunt Ted will just nut a guy in a rap battle. And he did it, like popped some guy's nose. Was it GWE?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
somebody's not in the middle of the battle. Blunt Ted, the realest guy out there. Has fought me. I have fought Blunt Ted in an alleyway out in London, and he beat me, man. He tapped me. So
was it the behind the the Kilburn?
The good ship in Kilburn. If you want to talk about, just not answer your question,
please go
about how I actually got into it and skip straight to like, if you want to talk about battle rap venues, you want to talk about like the Fiddler's Elbow in Camp. Yeah, so the Fiddler's Elbow in Camden is like the natural, warrior poet home of battle rap. It's the temple, whereas the good ship in Kilburn was like the anti that. Like
Yeah.
we would always overrun, and we'd always get booted out. So we'd always have to go and battle in this alleyway right outside. By which time everyone was always just aggy.
It was
and
always like
just,
an invite for fucking wrong shit to happen. That alleyway was
yeah. So GWE got nutted. I got hit in that alleyway.
You got hit by Pedro, yeah.
Do you see the day after on Facebook? He posted his. It was like a melon.
Yeah, Karen, I'll get back to that story.
Max Sherry got EMC'd. I think EMC didn't get EMC'd in the alleyway. He got EMC'd in the venue. Yeah, but that's a slight distinction. But yeah. I forget how we got into this. But yeah, I'd always done it. We did it like after show parties and whatnot, and then honestly, I graduated uni and I didn't have anything else to do, so I thought, yeah, we'll have a go at that.
Well, so
and
what
that
year,
was like
what year
5
was
years.
that? Was that the 2013, 2015, 14?
I started my first league
I
battle.
think I was at your tryout. I believe I was at your Dope Flop tryout against Brains. Was that your first ever battle?
No. So I debuted in December 2012 for Bombergeddon Battles in Wolverhampton with the late great legend P Cashmore.
Rest in peace,
helped set up with a fuck yeah. Skitty was the guy. He was called Skitty. Was the other guy at Bombergeddon. And I got given this guy called, what was his fucking name? Oh, I can't remember, but I wrote 3 bars. I wrote 3 bars. I wrote 3 rounds. And I actually quit my job. So I was working in just a shitty bar at the time for arseholes. You're a chef, so you'll know how it is to work for a really shit landlord. Like, greedier than the grave and just unpleasant people. So I asked with 3 months' notice if I could have this date off to do my first ever battle. You know, they know I like it, and they say, "Oh, we don't know about that. Oh, we're gonna have to provisionally turn it down." Like, provisionally say yes. Don't provisionally say no.
Yeah,
so
I just provisionally say yes. You can turn it over. Yeah, you don't say no because that means it's always going to be a no.
So, like a dead on a month before the battle, I just thought, like, what am I doing? And I handed my notice in, handwritten. I didn't have access to a printer. I hand wrote my notice. So, like, I don't think the hospitality industry is for me, and it's not because I'm fucking awful and I hate people. And you've got to be not awful and like people to make it in hospitality. So I went all the way to Wolverhampton, slept in a £15 hostel per bed, and my opponent no-showed.
Oh man, I did that in Portugal. I got no show in Portugal. Yeah.
Who were you meant to battle in Portugal? How did that come about?
So when we were involved in Poetic Warfare, we had this Portuguese guy message us. It's like, I'm in England, like let's battle, blah blah blah. And then it was the event after there was an event that it stopped. The event that was cancelled. That was seen as the end of Poetic Warfare. So that never happened. He then messaged me like, come on over. It's a 2-day event. And like, we'll battle there. And it's like, okay, cool. So I flew out there. They put me up. I had to pay for my flights, obviously, but they put me up in like a house, like with like a few other battlers. And on day 1, I'm meant to be on second to last. I've soon realised I've messed up here. I'm going to be battling English on a Portuguese spoken league. It's not going to go down well at all. He no shows. They go, right, we'll just do your battle tomorrow. Okay, cool. Second day, he no showed again. So it was like, yeah, that was. I've only ever been no show twice by him and DMAC. Yeah.
Who's DMAC?
That Manchester.
Obviously,
guy.
just to get away from the arseholeness of like to drag a guy out to another country and no show him.
Yeah,
I know Uno Lavos did that to Most Prob. Most Prob went out to like no, when I say like no coast countries, like the like Winnie Ha Ha.
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Like and Uno Lavos just no shows in Winnie Ha Ha County, Wisconsin.
It's not just his own country. He no showed in his own hometown. So it's like that's even worse. You know what I'm saying?
It gets to the point where you've got to kind of take a critical look at who wants to be a battle rapper and who wants to come and actually do rap battles. There's a guy called Raw Talent, got famous back in the day. He came. Who did he battle?
Koji.
I think he battled. I meant, that was his? Was that his tryout?
That was his Don't Flop, I think. It might have been someone else, but that's who he battled, and he did that reverse hearse thing. It was terrible.
If Raw Talent battle Koj is the tryout, then if you want to talk about like divergent paths, because Koj is absolutely like near the top of the game right now, and Raw Talent is like, you know that guy that fucking no-showed everyone.
He get famous with memes and then a GoFundMe page. Raw Talent. I'm certain he had a GoFundMe page that I'm going to start a league and ask for £250,000 or something.
I mean, there was a time, like if you want to talk about like 2014, there was a time when people would put money into a GoFundMe to found a new battle league. You were just printing money hand over fist.
Yeah.
Because people just wanted to be part of it.
Yeah, no, people wanted to. I think that's some of it, but I don't like saying this too much. But the battle fandom culture is very toxic in a way, because they not just want to be involved. They want to put money in to then have a voice of like, I gave you money. I think that's a part of, not all of them. Some people would be thinking that, right, I gave King of the Ronalds because they lost their camera. I gave them £100. I deserve this. I deserve that. I can say what the fuck I like. And I believe that was a big part of giving money over to all these different GoFundMes.
Yes. I mean, you know me, I'm a raving fucking communist.
Yes.
So I've got to point the opposite thing, whereby like if you have contributed materially to the league, because there's tiers, isn't it, right? Like how many hundreds of people just want to print themselves an opinion on Facebook or on Twitter and whatnot, and get quite personal with it and get, you know, it's got to be water off a duck's back, but like some people can't help but get affected by some of it. So that's gone. But like I always did it for the people who at least came to events. Like I think the bottom tier for me for membership of the battle rap community is if you actually come to the shows. If you do that, you've at least put, like, King of the Ronalds, all I said was like, come put £10 in Mickey's pocket, and then you've bought yourself an opinion there.
Yeah, no, I believe that.
If you actually contribute to the league, then like, I mean, I think it's up to the league to like set the terms of that. It's up to the league to say, if you give some money to the league,
we will give you a free ticket, blah blah blah. But that's not what I'm trying to say. I think I said it wrong. But what I mean is, I think you had a special roundabout this at Poetic Warfare when you said it's not for you guys here. It's like the people at home who don't go to events talking shit online. That's my thought process behind what I just said. Like the internet nerds who don't do anything but just slag people off. Oh, you're a battle rapper. You should be able to take this. I gave your league £10 here, there, whatever. That was my thought process. Sorry if I mistook.
No, I was just trying to be argumentative bastard. I see where you're coming from. Like if you're just throwing £10 to a battle league, like just like money to a stripper, and then expecting the league to bend around your will. I mean, it raises some questions about how the whole thing gets funded, right? Because like over the last year, there's not even any gate money. So, what do you think last year was a good or a bad year for battle rap?
Bad, very bad. But in a way, last year I got back into battle rap because I had nothing to do. I genuinely openly said on some other podcasts before I was a podcaster, I fucking hated it. Like I didn't want anything to do with it, because I just enjoy events. I don't enjoy this online persona bullshit. But last year, URL did the Ultimate Madness thing. That was really cool. Like the private room events, I really enjoyed. So in a way, it was bad because there's no money going in on gate money. But there was more eyes than there should be on battle rap because there was nothing else to do.
That was going to be that was going to be my only counterpoint, is that like I had just stopped watching it, and then not only so I just stopped watching it, and then over the pandemic, just like just do anything to kind of entertain me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like before that, then when did you stop watching? When did you check out, and why? Because I think
My last battle, maybe.
it's the same.
I can't
Oh
remember. Yeah, I can't remember what year that was. 2018. Yeah, I think that was my last battle. I battled on Dub Scandal, and it was perceived very well. But watching it back, I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was my best performance yet in person, and then watching it back, I was like, oh, no, it wasn't. And maybe it was a personal thing rather than a hate battle rap. I just didn't like myself in battle rap, so okay, I'll leave myself to it. There's always going to be a toxic side of battle rap, and there's always going to be people with opinions and stuff you don't have to agree with, but that's not my problem. My problem was everything then piled up on top of each other. So it wasn't one thing, it was like little tiny things adding up. So but when did you start watching then? About the same time?
No, so I battled, it's about 3 years ago, almost to the day, since I battled Conman Curve, and that was my last, the one that I did. And then I started, like, I'd stopped like religiously watching. So I used to be that guy who would watch everything from Don't Flop, everything from King of the Dot, everything from URL, and then everything from like all the, you know, like the really foundation grassroots leagues, like Bombergeddon's, like Stand Tall, like Wrapped in White. Do you remember Wrapped in White?
Wrapped in Wire, yeah.
Absolute.
What was the
classics factory?
What was the? I think they were Geordie League. What were they?
Get Slated.
Get Slated.
Yeah, Get Slated. Adamsy and Big Jack from Get Slated. I battled Big Jack on Get Slated. On the same card that Old English battled Innuendo, who you have battled, by the way. That's a big name to say you battled. I was there live when you battled.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was a great event. It was a great event. It happened to be Poetic Warfare's last ever event, which is rest in peace, PW. But
I say this about Poetic Warfare, man, the most professional experience as a battler that I've ever had.
That was our main thing we focused on, because like Don't Flop had the crowds. They were like the pinnacle of UK battle rap at that time. Ronald's had their like ECW vibe. I'd always say Ronald's were like, and we were
100%.
Like they were the WWE, ECW. We tried to be Ted Turner's WCW. Like in a way, like I wanted to be the professionals. We don't really know much. We don't have friends inside, but like we'll just pick you up. Like we want you from you there, and we did. Like picked everyone up from the station. We are very professional, sending you times and all this shit. We try. That was Ben mainly. Ben was a big part of that. And
Moral, yeah.
No. Disfigure.
Sorry.
Yeah. Moral was gone by the time you battled the first time on Poetic Warfare against Max Sherry. He was there. By after that event, it kind of fizzled. He went,
fair enough. Well, I mean, with Poetic Warfare, man, I was sent a document ahead of time, saying, okay, you've been booked to battle at this venue. You'll be arriving if you're coming by train. This is the best walk to the venue, or this is where you get a taxi. If you're coming by bus, doing kind of this kind of thing. If you're staying at one of these 3 designated crash houses afterwards, this, and this. It was absolutely incredible. And it just kind of puts you at your ease. Because when you're running up and down the country, like you don't know exactly what situation you're going to find yourself in. So I did a show for Tenshu in Portsmouth one time. Were you there? And then we got there. And it was this kind of, it was clearly not a live music venue. It was like a bar and grill kind of thing, but they had a bit of an upstairs bit.
Didn't you battle someone's cousin rather than the actual battler?
This is the thing. So I know you love wrestling, right? You listen to Jim Cornette stuff.
No, I don't want to support him. Yeah, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, I'm a big Jim Cornette fan, and I'm a big Vince Russo fan.
I love Russo. I love Russo's I love the shoot style interviews. I do love that. Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to square the circle of loving both Jim Cornette and Vince Russo, but when Jim Cornette said he's called someone outlaw, the show was outlaw. It was that kind of thing. and when he says something is an outlaw show, it's just like it's just happening in some bingo hall, and they're trying to put on a,
So
you know, when I got, sorry, go on.
So no, go on. I'll it's a point about Tenchu and something else afterwards. So you finish this, and I'll add to it, and we can come back to that era of battle rap as well.
Well, I got to when was this? Sorry, I'm going to find it. I'm going to find the exact year.
2014? No, 2015.
When I battled Palmer.
Yeah.
5 years. Oh, it's only been 5 years ago. 2015. There you go.
Yeah.
So I get to this show, and it's outlaw. It's there's a guy called Quack who used to battle. He got a Don't Flop tryout. Quack battled a lot on Poetic Warfare. He was funny as fuck, but he was battling this guy called Ed Centric, who was just fucking weird. Like, when I say, like, it's like this kind of middle class, sheltered, corn-fed boy decided to
He's Dwight Schrute. Like, it's that level of like Gareth Keenan, like, style person. He's very black and white. Very. There's just I don't know how to explain him without being horrifically offensive.
Okay, I'll be horrifically offensive then.
Okay,
like,
maybe he's on the spectrum.
I think he was an artist.
Yeah.
But the way he decided to deal with it, like, fucking call him like Dizzy 3, because he's hard on the spectrum.
Yeah.
But he gets that, and he decides that the way he's going to deal with the social aspect of things is by drinking way more heavily than he's used to drinking.
Yeah.
So he gets us kicked out by just mouthing off at the bouncers, which is just a terrible thing to do when you're 75 pounds in your boots and it's been raining. So we end up having to do the battles outside this subway, because this just Rupert has got us kicked out of the venue. but before I even fucking turn up, before this even happens, I turn up, and Tenchu comes up to me and says, "Look, your opponent isn't coming tonight." I'm just like, what? He's like, no, he's not coming, but he sent his cousin to battle you instead. And I'm like, this isn't like dueling in the 1700s. You can't send a second. You know what I mean? What's he called? And Tenchu's like, look, you might be able to use this. The guy you were supposed to be battling was called Palmer Kid. This guy, they've both got the same surname, so this guy's rap name is just Palmer. So I'm just like, well, fine. I'll just say all the bars I was going to say anyway, but I'll not say the kid after them. But like, when I say that represented a certain kind of caliber of show, when you're running up and down the country, kind of doing and not knowing how, you know, the audience are going to receive you or how it's going to be conducted. Like, Poetic Warfare was a bit of like reassurance that at least somebody gave a shit about what was going on.
That was our main thing, and I really appreciate people notice that, because we didn't have anything much. I don't like putting us down, but we didn't have a lot going for us. So it's like, if we be professional, then other big names could come, and because they can see how professional we are, and that could push us in the right direction. I've got a story about Tenchu, and so after all of this happened, dub scandals now become a thing, and it's like it's on the rise. Everyone loves dub scandal shows. It's very different to Poetic Warfare. They're very inviting crowds, aren't they? Them and Beast Angler. They're there for battles, really. They'll listen to anything you have to say. But so then Tenchu and Immoral have joined forces. The two Southampton battle leagues are gonna put an event on. And they booked it at a German bar in Southampton on a Wednesday night. And then a couple of days before the event, they cancel it. And I was booked on it. Titan was booked on it. Loads of people. They then rearranged it for this a day after a dub scandal event, where everyone on the card was on that dub scandal card. They just didn't tell anyone that no one else was battling. They're just like, oh, it's all going ahead, we promise you. And it's like, you see the forum comments like, well, Louis in Sheffield, so's Titan, so and so's like not in the country anymore, blah blah blah, all this bullshit. They're like, no, they're definitely coming, and we're like, no, we're not. They're like, yeah, you are. You're definitely coming. And people turn up to this event, and then Tenchu and Immoral just weren't even there. But
when the promoters bail the event, that's outlaw. That's outlaw.
yeah. So
Jesus. Sorry, go on.
no, I was just going to say, let's talk about Poetic Warfare for a bit. I was just going to say, I really appreciate you giving us that shot when we were quite early on. You came down and battled Max Sherry.
No. You gave me the shot. You put me on against Max Sherry. Is not you. Is not me giving you the shot, man. You like.
Well, to us, you're a big name then. Really, you had a bit of heat behind yourself, so that was why it was you doing us a big favor.
I had heat, but again, that's another wrestling kind of reference.
Yeah. I can't help that. And then the Conquer battle, which was one of my favorite battles to ever happen on Poetic Warfare. Really appreciate you doing the birthday battle. That was incredible.
I lost that battle. Conquer B beat me. I
can't remember if there was judges. I can't remember.
Yeah, they gave it to me.
Oh, right.
And just I think I was more direct in what I was saying, but just Conker's energy that night was incredible. I think he took it, but
that night, you battled Conker, and you did the rolling with pussies on road like Postman Pat, and then he did the I'm Kylo Ren with a borrowed pen, and then the week after, Heretic battled Shuff, and they did the same bars against each other that happened like against you, like what happened in your battle, but it hadn't been released, so they couldn't have copied it.
Well, so sorry, I know the Kylo Ren Biro pen thing was repeated, but was the
Shuffle T did he did
the Postman Pat?
He did something about pussies, then animated delivery like Postman Pat.
Oh right, no way.
Yeah,
that's one of those just weird things, and that is, I think, like telling, because like there's only a certain number of ways, a certain number of combinations,
and there was no way
call a guy's mama slag.
There was no way they could have copied you, because your battle wasn't released unless they were in the building, and they weren't. So there was a few heads in the building though, but then I
no, hold on. I know for a fact that Shuffle T is sat there in his salar in Cheswick on the phone, guy. What's Bard saying, man? Give me those latest. Give me those Bard lines. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, Heretic's really waiting to see what Conquer B has to say.
It's the perfect crime.
No one's gonna fucking believe it. That night I battled Innuendo. I lost bad, but it's tough to beat someone like Innuendo with my style. And I took that battle a bit too early, but I was like trying to I really was into battle rap, like let's fucking do it, blah blah blah. It was the wrong battle to take, whatever. Looking back, but then
that battle, the only standout memory I have of that battle, because you box, right? You do actually box.
Yeah.
So you said that to him, and then you said like something like, "What are you going to do against a true fighter?" And he just snorted and laughed in your face.
Yeah.
And like, there's me
kind of. I'm never going to win.
But there's me knowing like you things about you both, saying like, no, you actually box. Like he would have trouble there.
Yeah.
But it's just Innuendo's stage, his stage presence is just this sad clown, like impenetrable.
This might be a bit egotistical now, but I think after I took my time out after that happened, and then come back, and now I took time out again, I really genuinely believe he still would win now because of his style. I'm not going to change my style, but I think it would have been a bit closer now. But what I was trying to say was the bars he said against me, all 3 rounds, he then took a late battle in Sheffield against Johnny Storm, and it was the same 3 rounds, and he won because
like the American Johnny Storm.
Yeah. So Johnny Storm was going to battle, I can't remember, but it didn't happen. So they put Innuendo in there, and it was O'Shea versus my verse. Yeah, and he just he just said the same bars. It was a 1-round battle. He just spat the 3 rounds in 1 round against Johnny Storm, because that's the way he wrote, and he won. It was just because it's the same style of, like, Johnny Storm doesn't do jokes. I don't do jokes. That's just how his style works, and I really appreciated Innuendo for stepping in. He did it for free as well, because
Never really.
Yeah, he said if any league donates to the Bagnall Fund, which looking back we shouldn't have done, but we donated £100 to the camera thing, he'd do it for free.
What a lad!
But we did put him up in a hotel just for the sake of it. He didn't take a fee, so we just said, because we put up
That was jolly decent, man.
Yeah,
That was jolly honourable.
Yeah, he's a fucking good lad, and the best part of that night, I was around the corner doing my rounds. Like, as you do at battle events, you just go outside, you see battlers in the street doing their rounds with each other. He stood behind me my whole 3 rounds, and Ben Disfigured just didn't say anything, and then he was like, "Oh, sorry, lad, wasn't listening."
Liverpool. There's a guy called Death Majors who's GW's mate.
Okay.
I assume they're still mates. I don't know whether they are or they aren't. But I was battling him, and I went around the corner for just to spend some time around the corner.
Yeah.
And then I came back, and he's like, I just hear like, oh, I'm gonna rip it la, and I'm gonna whip it la, and I'm thinking, oh, he's running his bars, and I just sort of stand around the corner and just listen to his whole 3 rounds. And then as soon as he's done, I just sort of turn around, just go like that, tip my fedora, and it honestly, having been on the other side of it, it doesn't do you that much good.
No, it doesn't.
What can you do if you know what the guy is about to say? What good can it actually physically do you? Right, you either sit down and start rewriting your rounds.
You can do the pre-battle thing, but I think it does more harm, because it's like you start overthinking everything and going, right, blah 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 blah. But yeah, no. But my point of you taking those battles where you didn't have to was you do that a lot. I've seen you take you took a battle on Dub Scandal against Aker. He was 1 battle in, which was a fucking fantastic battle. And then did you do it on Beast Angler as well? You go to their events anyway, which was great. Like, just giving.
I've never battled on or for Beast Angler, obviously.
No, but I saw you at an event. Just like bigging them up, and that's fucking great. Like, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, that Aker battle was incredible, and that was props for you to take in a battle with a guy who has no online presence and 1 battle.
That's the thing. No, he didn't. He didn't have 1 battle. He had 2 battles.
Yeah, on the same day.
Aker showed up to his first event and did 2 battles, like 1 arranged and 1 just like fuck it up battle.
Yeah.
Smashed both. So at that point, that was in the middle of the 2nd title run for King of the Ronalds.
Yeah.
So, like, let me share a little secret to you. Like, the King of the Ronalds title maybe wasn't the pinnacle of battle rap achievement.
No, but you made it a lot bigger than it fucking was.
God. Well,
you brought the belt in. You brought it a show with it. You made it more ECW than it should have been. That's what you did to that title. Made it more.
But everyone's got to care about. Everyone's got to look like they care about what they're doing. I think everybody that was involved in that title did. Even if you look, because even if you look like JB versus Technico, that felt like kind of a big match thing. The best King of the Ronalds title match ever is Mackenzie versus Kinnell. That was an instant classic. Go right now. If I can give you one recommendation, Mackenzie versus Kinnell is the best King of the Ronalds title match.
I haven't seen it, but for me it was probably you versus Riser, but it wasn't meant to be a title match, was it?
Me versus Riser is actually my favorite battle that I ever did, because I started watching King of the Dot before I started watching Don't Flop, And when I saw Holohan versus Lavish Language, like I was just like, yep, no, that Holohan fellow, that is how battle rap should be. That is how it should be done.
Strangely enough, that does not surprise me that you like Hollahan.
Holohan, aka God, faggot, pussy, cunt, dick. Holohan, and then just watching Holohan just like Brock Lesnar kid twist, like watching Taka Michinoku battle Brock Lesnar, just like poof. And then Jack Shit, who I love. I thought Jack Shit was like the funniest funny battle rapper ever back in 2008-9. Fucking Holohan just like breaks him over his knee like Bane, and I'm like, oh my god. And then obviously like Disaster. Then I got into Disaster, who is like just Disaster is the best battle rapper in history. Like Thesaurus is more important to battle rap, but Disaster is just the elemental force of battle rap.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like the king versus God style thing. I can see.
Thesaurus is Odin, but Disaster is Thor.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, but so we still haven't answered the fucking first question. What got you into battle rap?
Oh, I was bored and I wanted to get laid.
And I don't play well battle rapping.
And I don't play well with others, so I couldn't join a band. So I just like, what can I do that is just literally me on my own, as insofar as possible? I'm just, I'll just go to Wolverhampton and tell this guy he's a loser. And then he didn't show up.
I was definitely at your first Don't Flop battle in the park
against Brains McLeod,
the guy who tricked America. So that was incredible.
Yeah, the thing about that battle was this guy has had such an incredible life that I dissed the hell out of him for it, and I've learned a very important lesson there. Just like, it doesn't matter if it's true. It matters if the crowd believes it.
Yeah.
Because everything I said in that battle was gospel, God's own truth, but just the crowd was like, nah, nobody can be that. Nobody can do that.
No, but it was. That's a massive fucking story, tricking the world into thinking he was a famous superstar.
This guy was from like Ayrshire, Scotland, or wherever, like Dunweedlin in Scotland, and he went to audition with his mate as a rap duo, and they just got laughed out. It was like the days just before like your pop idols and thingy, you know, where you had to actually do it, whatever. And they said, "Look, you sound like the rapping Proclaimers. You'll never battle. You'll never be able to rap. Sorry, in a Scottish accent." So they went away and constructed these personas for themselves, which are two like a dropout stoners. Went back to the same audition, and then they just got waved through completely because they sounded American. They didn't even remember that they'd seen these same guys. They were just like, "Oh, they're rapping in American accent now." Brilliant.
They had that.
I think they got like
they had the fake management and record labels and. But like people that had shows that didn't exist, and they
did the whole thing.
Yeah,
they ended up touring with like D12 and whatnot. They ended up like doing all kinds of shit, and then obviously you can't do that forever. And then Gavin Bain, they left, the band broke up, and he went into a spiral, and he ended up working as a male prostitute for a short while. And then it's all detailed in his autobiography, which I obviously hadn't read because fuck that. But I got a synopsis of, and everything I said against him in the battle, true.
Yeah.
But it was just too incredible for people to believe. I still think I won because he wasn't great.
I believe so. And you flipped this round with the wallet thing. I remember that, and it's something. Oh, and your camera's just turned off, Chef. There you go. You're back.
I'm being given that 20% battery warning.
We can wrap it up in about 10.
But we good. Well, yeah, it will just go till my battery dies or whatever.
So you did the flip. That was really cool. That was one of my highlights of the day. But then that was the day. Did we get to see Koj and Gove that day?
Koj and Gove, like Koj is like incredible. In terms of having like in any era being able to come back in any span of any 3 years and go like, yep, nope, still great, because he wasn't that active between like 2000, say 2014 and 2000.
He battled Bob. He was meant to battle Bobby on Saturday, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but like I hope Kojay gets better.
Yeah. I
Best
hope.
wishes to the
I don't
guy.
know what happened, but it was personal reasons, so I hope it's all calm, bro.
I don't need to know. I just need to know he's
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
there was some great ones. Max Sherry tried out that day. Danny Jack tried out that day.
Craze.
GWE tried out that day. Craze, Sleepy G, who I battled in Brixton.
Not that long after, was it? Surely that was like the next step up.
Yeah, that was my next Don't Flop battle. Which that is the battle I'm most conflicted about, because some days I watch that and I think I won it, and some days I watch it and I think he bodied me.
I think the crowd
not that I
because they're all his friends. That changes a lot. Like that they weren't letting you go in there and win it on the day. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but no, and I was gonna give you'd give them a pass, but then I battled Agent, and that was a fucking stone cold robbery. Come on, still bitter, still. When I say back in 2015 when I said stay salty, stay salty.
Captain Sodium was a few times.
I wanted to do Bullet Club t-shirts, but instead of Bullet Club, it's Salty Squad, and instead of bullets, it's little salt shakers.
Are we ever going to see you return? I know after the death of Bard, is Bard ever going to return?
Oh yeah. I did a short film where
that was incredible. Honestly, it was fucking incredible.
It's on the Beast Anglia channel. Go and watch it. It's beautiful. The people I was working with,
beautiful. It is absolutely
the people I was working with are just so far above me in terms of levels of operation.
Do you know what made it more?
Who did
what made it more was the little details of like, see, when you're talking to yourself, there's shadows, which is like, how's that happening? Like, it's that good. Like, it's incredible.
That is James Urin, the director. James Urin is just absolutely incredible. My stunt double was also a camera guy called Colin Ramsey of Dragonlight Films. Is fantastically talented. The animator, Alex Mallinson of Alex Bam, did all the like weird morphing into each other and everything.
Incredible. And then honestly, guys, if you take anything away from this podcast, if you're not going to check out his battle, if you're not a battle rap fan, that's cool. But at least check out the death of Bard, because it is the death of a character. Like, it is beautiful. Like, and I'm not just saying that because he's here, but like, genuinely, it is a fucking great watch.
It's one of the best, like, because I've done a lot of like acting and drama and film and whatnot. I was going to plug a short film called a short gangster film I did called Troutman, but I checked and the director's taken it offline. So I was just like, right, well, fuck you then.
But after this death of Bard thing, will we see Bard again? Or was that
right? So if you'd asked me that question in like the first half of 2020, I'd have said, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because like, just there was so many reasons for me to stop doing it. Like, there's just some weird fucking toxic evil characters in battle rap.
That's why I stopped, bro. Yeah.
That will just make you want to stop. And I was just like, done. But then we got shut in our houses for a year. We got just locked and just like, I'm at a point now when I'm thinking maybe it's okay to do things that bring you joy to do, but it would need to be the right opponent.
Why do you think I'm back? Like, because I've been locked up for a year. Like,
I'll battle you.
Let's fucking do it. I don't like. Well, any league will take it as well, I'm sure.
And they'll take me.
Yeah,
and I'll bring you with me.
When I win Academy. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, you're in that, aren't you? Because you're in that, and there's a lot of guys I don't know in there, but like I drunkenly predicted you and Graza for the final just because you were the guys I knew.
That was
who
my
I
prediction.
Could, like, plot.
And if you look at the table, we can't meet each other until the final. And this might sound like a bit cheesy or whatever, but we both started at the same time on 2 different leagues. What was it, Clash Money, and like we kind of like grew like that. So I believe, if you believe in that sort of stuff, it's like a good movie. Like, you go, wait, they're finally gonna fucking meet. Like,
Is he your Sasuke, your Gary Oak, your
Yeah,
who is your battle?
I've never met. I thought I have met him. I've never spoken to him about battling. We've never had like these two could battle. But in my head, I was thinking, oh, we both started exactly the same time. We both tried out on Ronald's the same day. We both tried out on different leagues the same day. All that shit. It just like this could be like the final, and I thought that was quite a cool idea.
You've got to have that. There's got to be a story, man. There's got to be a reason to watch the battle that isn't just the battle. Because honestly, there's only a certain number of ways.
Imagine the promo.
Yeah,
like us two, we do like that Premier battles do. Like they do like the face-off style, like the two building up. I believe that's not a bad idea for a promo.
Because I do legitimately rate Grazer as well. Like, I want to see that battle from a competitive technical perspective. Yeah. He battled on, I think, the same night I battled Riser actually. If you're gonna watch one of my battles, watch Bard versus Riser. Yeah, that's 100%. That's as good as it gets.
Oh, Conquer.
And Grazer. I wasn't at my best. He's great. Watch it for Conquer, but in terms of like me at my best versus someone else at their best, watch me and Riser.
Yeah, Riser. But, what about
Grazer? Grazer. Did you say Grazer? Did you say Riser won?
No. I didn't say that. I said it's a
Grazer battled some guy at that same event and was just like, yeah, this is completely reinvented Grazer.
Yeah.
So that'd be good.
Yeah, I hope
that's good, man. You've got to have the story. As I was saying, you've got to have a reason to watch a battle that isn't just a battle, because there's only a certain combination of ways you can hear like your mum's a slide. So I think going forward, like from now on, Battle Rap needs to introduce that extra theatricality.
They need the WWE
because otherwise
style. They need that wrestling.
Because otherwise, there's not that much to separate one guy from another. You know, the days of like O'Shea turning him and defining a style, and then Lunacy turning him and defining a style. I think they're over because
I think you need more than just talent as a rapper now. I think you need the character and a mouthpiece that you need to be the whole character, rather than he's good at rapping, but he's fucking boring. But then he's really exciting, but he can't rap. So you need all of it, and I think that this is the way forward for battle rap. I genuinely do.
You need to be an entertainment product.
Yeah,
and this is because I worry right, yeah, but I worry about that because obviously, like, can battle rap exist in the current like prudish censor like cancel culture climate? Yeah. I've had these conversations like recently with like with Briggsy, because like Premier Battles cut GWE said this, like,
I agree with the cut.
I see. I completely don't. Like, I think the bar was trash, but like, don't censor an artist's material who's come to produce content for your channel because it doesn't appeal.
I agree, but you can't leave it in, because then it looks like the league itself are supporting his views. So
no, it doesn't. You just put a little the views expressed in this video are those of the artist and blah blah blah, like everyone else says. Yeah. It's about being palatable. It's not about the substance of the conversation. It's about appealing to sponsors. So this is my beef. This is a conversation I had with Briggsy, that he's just like, look, we are a business, we are a brand, we are trying to appeal to sponsors. And I'm saying, like, you know, if I came back, I am an artist, I am a creator, I am trying to like push the boundaries of it.
You're not.
I know I would do it well. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you if I came back, it wouldn't be partially to like fuck with that, because Premier Battles have done it. Don't Flop did it. They just did it. Again, it was It was a shit bar. They cut some guy saying something.
The gay round,
something about gay people.
But then Premier Battles did not cut any of Canal's stuff. It was a bit. I don't think it's controversial, but very controversial.
Canal has cultural. Canal has social currency in ways that GW doesn't.
Didn't. Yeah.
If I come back, it will be to ask the question, like, can you push the boundaries of taste while not having
Let's
like
do
being
it, bro.
one of the popular kids. I don't know. We'll see. We'll
I'll
see.
just
We'll
set up
see.
this whole podcast interview just to call you out. We're fucking doing it. I'm joking. But any last words, bro? No, I'm joking. Carry on. If you want to carry on.
Any last words? Like honestly, it's probably a good time to get into UK battle rap at the minute.
Yeah.
Looking at guys like Georgie Roots, looking at guys like there's two guys I like. One's called Henry, one's called Sir Spence, and I think they should form a 2-on-2 group and be the new Marlowe and Shuffle T.
Yeah.
And any Whitey Blindo battle, just watch as much Whitey Blindo as you can because he's hilarious.
I like what Beast Anglia are doing. They're filling that niche that needs to be done. I like those grassroots leagues. I was a big part of one, and I love Dub Scandal. Like a certain few people there I don't get on with, but I love John and Chip and what they do for the scene at that level. I think it's great. Beast Anglia, especially, they're doing fucking bits. But I think this is the perfect time to get back because I think most of us are now on a level playing field.
Yeah. Support UK battle rap, man. Exactly as you said, the playing field has been leveled. Like it's no longer this like fortress that you have to butt your head into just to get a bit of shine. You know, we're all doing it for 300. If anyone did it, we'd all be doing it for 300 views.
Yeah,
so like, it's fine.
What was that round? You see, I think it was a bit of a dig at and the boys at Poetic Warfare. Was it just like sucking the cock of something? I can't remember. But it was just like stop fucking like sucking up to these fucking idiots because they don't care about you. Like, let's just enjoy yourself. Like, and that's all battle rap's about for me now. Just being out there fucking. I love events. I just want to be back at a battle event talking shit. So for me to do that, for me to get to events, if I have to battle, I'll fucking battle.
Facts. Yeah, summer of 2021. Everyone, let's go to events and chat shit.
Yeah. Final question.
But in the meantime, go on.
No, go on.
No, final question.
No, carry on.
I was literally going to say, in the meantime, I'm going to go and have my tea. But then you said final question.
But there's one question I ask everyone: how do you want to be remembered, bro?
I don't.
Answer.
Cremate me, and like spread the ashes on just a crossroads and just get rid of me, man. It was a mistake.
Thank you for coming on, bro. Honestly, it means a lot.